Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Alina Johnson, and I'm CIO and owner of Johnson Consulting Services. Today we'll be discussing financial literacy, as we do each Monday at noon. I'm sorry for the delay today. There was a bit of editing that needed to happen for this video to come up, so thank you for being patient. Be sure to subscribe to us below and let me start our presentation. All right, here we are. So again, thank you for joining us today as we do our weekly series on financial literacy, sponsored by Johnson Consulting Services. Our topic today is the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. We will be extending this series through the month of October, so please be sure to subscribe below so that you have a list of topics. This is our permissive use policy. And who are we? Johnson Consulting Services is a woman-owned, SBA certified business headquartered here in the great city of Detroit, Michigan. We're professional consultants with specialization in financial literacy. We provide professional consulting services in a variety of topics for business owners, students, and the like. So please be sure to visit us today. We're DetroitJCS here on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Today's agenda. We'll talk about the definition of the free application for federal student aid. We'll give you some fun facts and tips, show you where you can find more information. We'll talk about the average cost of college, key terms and calculations, and also that all-important Pell Grant. So what is FAFSA? Well, we know it's the free application for federal student aid. But did you know that it begins every October 1st? This year, FAFSA begins on Saturday, October 1st. Tip number 1, anyone can apply for FAFSA. There are no income restrictions. Tip number 2, you can appeal your financial aid award letter. Don't be afraid to speak to your college or university about changing your award composition. And tip number 3, be sure to apply. The National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators has told us that over $3 billion in aid went unclaimed last year. That number is far too high, so be sure to get your piece of the pie. And Johnson Consulting Services can help you do that. When doing research into college completion, we looked at 3 sources, and we'd like you to check it out too. The College Board has wonderful PowerPoint presentations online. So check out collegeboard.org under college PowerPoint presentations. Sallie Mae also has research that they conduct each year, in particular a report, How America Pays for College. So look under leading research at salliemae.com. And the Institute for College Access and Success, or TCAS, provides us with regional and national data on college completion. So please check them out at TICAS.org. Your primary source of financial aid information should be at the U.S. Department of Education. Be sure to complete your FAFSA at studentaid.gov. Fun fact: did you know that just over half of families are aware that all families and students are eligible for FAFSA? Only 1 in 4 families believe that low-income households are eligible for the application. But we know that that's not true. All families should apply. Another fun fact: last year, roughly a third of families did make an appeal when they received that financial aid award letter. This year, only 1 in 5 families who received the letter had appealed, and that number is far too low. So be sure to appeal, and Johnson Consulting Services can help you with that. There is no standard format for the financial aid award letter. So, your award letter may vary from what's depicted on screen. We know that college is an investment. It's an investment for the future. So what is the average cost of college per family? Well, that number does vary, but we know that in 2017, that number was roughly $23,757. By 2020, that number had risen to over $30,000. And this year, families are spending about $25,313 for college. So what do college costs include? College costs include any cost of living expenses: tuition, room, board, books, supplies, transportation, personal expenses. It all is included in college costs. College costs will also be known as the cost of attendance. The cost of attendance is the average cost to attend college or university for one academic year. This cost of attendance may differ by school because you must take into account whether or not you're on campus, off campus, living at home, in state, or out of state. All those factors affect your cost of attendance. Cost of attendance also drives your financial aid. So the higher your cost of attendance, the more aid you'll be eligible for. Expected family contribution is an index number that's calculated from the information you provide on the FAFSA. This is reported to you on the SAR, or student aid report, you receive when you complete your FAFSA. Schools use this index to determine your financial aid eligibility and all awards, school awards included. But that's the old FAFSA. This number is now called the Student Aid Index. So let's go back. Schools use the Student Aid Index to determine your financial aid eligibility and all financial aid awards. Your Student Aid Index could be 0 or even a negative number. And we can help you with that. So how is financial aid calculated? It is the cost of attendance minus the Student Aid Index. So if we look at a simplified graph, assuming these mean thousands of dollars, if your cost of attendance is $55,000 and your student aid index is 13, then your financial need will be $42,000. However, if your cost of attendance is 7 and your SAI is 1, your financial need is 6. So if you take the first column and subtract the second, you'll get your financial need, and so on and so forth. From the free application for federal student aid, you receive the Pell Grant. The maximum Pell Grant award for this year is $68.95. And that runs from July 1st through June 30th of next year. The Pell Grant award does change each year by an act of Congress. So for instance, back in 2018, the award was $59.20. By 2020, that award for Pell Grant had increased to $63.45, and last year was $64.95. This year, $68.95 is the maximum Pell Grant award. To help you make sense of the numbers, contact Johnson Consulting Services. We accept the following forms of payment: Class Wallet, Square, Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, and of course, Afterpay. Next week, bring a friend. Here on YouTube, noon on Mondays. Thank you so much for joining us today. We love to see you again, and be sure to subscribe below. See you next week.